In 2014, Scottish Government introduced the plastic bag charge, introducing a minimum charge of 5p per carrier bag, pushing the use of reusable bags in an attempt to reduce litter. We spoke to the people of Edinburgh to find out their thoughts.
It's completely fair enough. I mean, at the end of the day, these single-use plastics aren't exactly good for the environment, so we should have to pay some type of price for them. I actually would prefer that we got rid of the single-use plastics altogether, personally. But I mean, that's an ideal world.
I think it's a good thing. I always thought it was a good thing, and I've got used to it now, so it's not something I think about anymore. I always carry my own plastic bag with me, so yeah, I always never need to buy one.
I always bring my own reusable bags. As you can see, they're fairly well used.
Prior to the charge, an estimated 800 million single-use bags were given out by supermarkets, with the majority ending up in landfills. 1 year after the charge was introduced, figures reveal the number had fallen by 80%, which is around 650 million fewer bags. Now, 10 years later, a massive environmental difference has been made with the plastic bag charge and the introduction of reusable shopping bags, reducing the amount of waste ended up in landfills. I spoke to Helen Brown from the Water of Leith Conservation Trust in Edinburgh about the significance of the carrier bag charge. What's your opinion on the plastic bag charge, and what significance does this have towards protecting our environment?
So it was a huge step change for us as an organisation. We have been pulling rubbish out of the Water of Leith since 1988. And an enormous amount of what we pulled out the river was plastic bags, particularly caught up in trees and undergrowth. They'd get snagged and they'd kind of like waft around like flags. And almost overnight, that stopped. It was incredible. So a huge part of our effort to clean up the river was literally solved.
Alongside reducing landfill, money spent on plastic bag charges go towards charities helping with the country's environment, with Water of Leith Conservation Trust receiving a fund allowing the organisation to expand their work.
The other big impact for us was that initially all the money from the plastic bags got diverted to environmental charities. And I think we received about, probably even about £17,000 rather, in grant support. We built 2 community gardens out of the money generated by plastic bag funds. So that again was a really invaluable income stream for small charities. So that was what made perfect sense for us, is that the waste was being taken out of the system, but the money that was being generated was going to help and regenerate the very environment that the plastic bags were hurting. So while that was still going, which was about probably the first 3 or 4 years, I think that happened, it was a very good example of, good circular economy.